Should we just get right into it?
I think we should. I mean, we probably should get into, are we into the style? Do we even like it? Do we?
Well, yes. Because, well, it's an Oud Bruin.
It is.
We've only had one. Right? The Petrus.
I've had another one.
Okay.
That I had on draft at Stone. I had an Oud Bruin.
Oh, okay. Well, but you had a Petrus, I thought, on draft at Stone.
I've had the Petrus, and there was another one they had as well. I'm trying to remember
and
what
I had
that
the Petrus
one was.
in the bottle.
Yeah.
The Oud Bruin. And
right.
At least
That's that song by the Police.
Petrus in the bottle.
Yeah.
That would be another reference. Well, no, you just told people.
I did. Yeah.
But they'd have to name the song.
They would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's a game in there.
I think there could
for
be.
our listeners.
There could probably be a drinking game in there somewhere. Like
could
every
be.
time we make some sort of reference,
Pop
you take a drink.
Yeah, right.
As long as you're at home.
That's
as long as you're in the comforts of your own home.
Don't drive and bake.
That's right. Remember, don't. Wow, oh my gosh. People are already
right within.
People
that.
are wasted.
Yeah.
At the time, we can't even make it through the intro, and people are just tapped out.
But oh wait, that's from How I Met Your Mother. You saw that one, right? But where Robin is a drinking game. I'm making one right now. Yeah,
I know.
You're a drinking game. Every time you say but I don't say but oh no. And then he and Barney played it. And anyway, so have we even gone into our?
No,
people don't even know who we are yet.
They don't even know who we are, but it doesn't matter because we've got another sour beer for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we're about today is from, probably going to ruin this pronunciation.
It's from Belgium.
From Belgium.
It's a Flanders red.
Vanderghinste?
Yeah.
Something like that. But it's the Oud Bruin, which is what usually aged a little bit more.
This one is blended. It's blended with alambic as well. It's an 18-month barrel aged sour. So of course they're letting in all the funky critters get in there and do their delicious tart damage to whatever was in the barrel. So yeah. And
did we podcast on the Petrus, or did we just try it and talk about it?
We have tried it and talked about it. We didn't
because we've had
it.
the Petrus Oud Bruin, and that was not my favorite style of sour beer. To me, it didn't have those higher, those fruity or wild notes going on there. It was a little heavier. Not that I would, if somebody handed me one, not that I would say. But it wasn't my favorite. I would pick others. I'd pick even a Goose or other styles besides the Oud Bruin first. So. Okay. But I'm always up for trying another one.
I know. Do you ever turn that? We just told
never.
You never turn that down.
Never.
Yeah, I found this actually as I was coming back through California. There's a place that I like to stop to look for what they've got in their beer aisle, and luckily this is one that they'd had there. I'd never seen it before, so I only got the one. It wasn't overly expensive, like I said, especially as sours go. It was just a little over $4, like $4.29 for the 11.2 ounce bottle, so which I thought was not too bad. So I'm kind of hoping. Well, I'll be a little frustrated if it's delicious. I wish I would have bought more.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, it is kind of like, and if it's just okay, I'll be like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad I only bought one.
Right.
So
we'll find out. You'll know by the end of this podcast.
That's right.
How Andrew feels about this purchase.
And it is interesting. They always seem to be the 11.2 ounce variety.
Yeah. Why can't we have that other 0.8 ounces? Where does it go?
Where does it go?
Is it the angel's share, as they say? No.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
No.
I think it actually goes to the brewmaster. Is my theory. It's the color I'd expect, kind of reddish brown.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely reminds me of, anything from the Duchess, from the Duché to something like that.
Did you see a Total Wine? What happened with that?
What's that?
The bottle of Duché now.
Did they finally fix it?
$6.99.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was $6.99, but I remember looking at it and going, "Oh."
So now the 4-pack is back to being cheaper then.
Yeah, but still, that would make a $28 4-pack.
Well, but when they had that all mixed up, it was like the 4-pack had been raised up like it was like 21 something for a 4-pack.
Still, that seemed pricey, but I was like, wow,
that's a delicious beer though.
It is. But we're here to talk about
that's right.
Vanderghinste. I hope.
Well, we don't have to butcher the name like that.
No, well.
Vanderghinste. I'm assuming it's like
Vanderghinste.
Vanderghinste would be like the E, probably be like an A, like Vanderghinste.
Vanderghinste?
Someone correct us.
Help us.
We would love to know the pronunciation of that. Sometimes it's hard to find that stuff.
Yeah.
Which I have found a lot. Like you try and find the pronunciation of a lot of these beers, from European, especially these Belgium, like these sours and things, and they're hard to find. Or at least reliable sources.
Right. I was able to rejuvenate the head. Some nice malt vinegar in there.
Malt. It took a minute, but then the malt vinegar really comes through. Little tart, definitely maybe a little raspberry, cherry, something like that.
Definitely some fruit.
Definitely that, and then like I said, the malt vinegar, and then
there's a little funk at the end, but it's not.
A little farmhouse
but you wouldn't
funk in there.
know it. It's not like it's like you wouldn't say it's funky, but it adds another layer. So
unfortunately, it doesn't say on here, but it reminds me. There's a little Brett something in there, a little Brettanomyces, kind of funk. Yeah, Brit and Jermaine.
Did you see Murray on the Hi
Yeah.
My Mother? I was like, where is he? Where's he
Oh,
from?
really? That took you? Yeah, like right away. She was like, oh, it's Murray.
Yeah. We can have the mustache.
Yeah. That smells really good, though.
It does.
All right.
Time.
Here we go.
I bet you're upset.
I am a little bit. Yeah, I kind of am. Yeah.
That was my guess.
Yeah, it's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. It's almost like initially my impression of it. It's almost like a good kind of beginner's sour to some extent, as long as you're into the maltier or the vinegar kind of side, because you can really tell that there's like a blend going on there. Because I get a little bit of a disconnect between. There's almost kind of and this is going to be a really bad way to put this, but there's almost like okay, I'm getting general malty beer flavor. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit of the tart and the vinegar, and the two smooth each other out pretty well. But initially, there's a little bit of a separation between the two. Almost like there's an initial wall where, okay, I've got this taste, then I've got this taste, and then now they kind of blend together at the end. So it's almost kind of like a three-phase thing for me for some reason. But overall, like I said, it's a very smooth, not overly tart vinegar flavor, but it's very nice.
But it's funny. I don't get the wall. I get when it comes in, and with this style, I sort of expect the first wave to sort of go up. But this doesn't really go up. It just kind of goes in.
Yeah,
nice and smooth for me.
Very much.
And I've got some fruit, and then it just goes right back over the sides of my tongue and comes back up to the front. And there's a nice little saltiness that makes my mouth water. And so I don't know. It doesn't finish clean. A lot of times when you want to introduce, for me, if you want to introduce people to something, you kind of want it to leave them with a clean taste in their mouth. And this does, but it doesn't finish in the back. To me, this is a total front finish.
Yeah.
It comes back as I let that soak. It just
the
comes back.
The saltiness and the tart does come back
comes,
forward.
and
Yeah. No, I'd agree. That finishes forward.
So I like this because it doesn't ever get heavy for me. It doesn't necessarily go high like a lot of the sours I like, but it just sort of stays right in the middle, kind of waves up a little bit, and then, like I said, the way it just comes back and just fills my mouth with flavor.
Yeah,
that I really like. It doesn't ever get heavy. It's always...
there's just something still when I take an initial sip, and I think maybe because of initially it avoids the front, so I think that's kind of what I'm talking about, where it's almost like, okay, there's just that general beer base that's almost there, and it's like that wave kind of takes it to the back. So like I said, I guess disconnect's not a great word, but there's a separation between I'm not getting even flavor the whole way across. Like the initial wave is okay, light, not much of anything. Okay, there's a little tart, a little sour. Oh, and then it, like you said, it comes back. It definitely comes back forward. It's always an interesting thing to think about, and maybe I think it depends on person that's an inexperienced beer drinker, period, or someone that really likes drinking any beverage. I shouldn't just say beer, but any beverage, but just inexperienced with that style.
Right.
Because for us, or at least for me, since I've had so many things, I want something that finishes in a distinct way and either leaves me wanting more or tells me oh, this isn't for you. To me, when something finishes oh yeah, it's kind of gone or whatever, that to me almost is a little boring.
It depends on what it is.
Some levels.
Yeah.
On some levels. It's a little bit of a generalization, but like I said, when I'm thinking about, with a style, like I said, I want it to be I want something to be there. I want something, like, not that I want, like, oh, that finished so dry. Like, no, I mean, obviously I want it to be something good.
Right.
But it's like I want it to assert itself in some way.
Right.
That I remember that I either, oh, wow, my first experience with that beer, oh, wow, that was great because it did this, this, and this, as opposed to, it was a little flavor, and then, wow, it just finished so clean.
But some people need that. Not everybody.
And that's what I said, the disconnect.
And that's where, like you said, that's the dialogue where you talk to somebody. Okay, what do you like? What have you liked in the past? Tell me a wine you've liked. Tell me a beer you've liked. Tell me how you drink your coffee, even your soda, your tea. Do you want your tea really sweet, or do you like to just drink your tea straight? I mean, and the same with your coffee.
Do you cut it with water? Do you put ice in it?
Right,
do you
and
put
those
milk in it?
and those help you. And even sometimes with all that information and the experience you have, you make a suggestion, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But at least then, after that, you can. Okay, now we've got another point of reference to go from. But I think this is.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think this is really good. Like I said, it was just, and this has probably been one of my favorite odd Bruins that I've ever had too. Like I said, because I've had, like I said, the couple that we've had in the past have not been even near quite this flavorful.
Yeah, I would buy the Petrus. Especially at the price and with all the other sour beers that I like, I wouldn't buy this. I would buy this one again.
Yeah, especially at that price, like $4.
Considering the style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really tasty.
And the two guys on the front, they're happy with it. So.
They are. It's a drawing of us.
They've got like big glasses of it.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. They look like.
Is that where the rest of our 12 ounces went?
That's right.
Went to these two.
Those guys get it.
Those bastards! How dare they take the rest of our sours? Oh man. Well, that's really good, and it is available year round. I don't know where else you can exactly find it. I haven't found it here locally. Like I said, I found it in California. If you are anywhere else across the country and have seen this beer before and know where it is available, I'm sure our listeners or even myself or Keith would be happy to know where that can be found. Definitely send us an email to aboutbeverages@q.com or post a comment at our website or on our YouTube page. Either of those are good ways to get a hold of us. And while you're at the website, definitely check out the tasting notes for this tasty little Oud Bruin.
Right.
I don't know where that name is very fascinating. I have to look that up a little more and see where it hits on our recommendation scale. And getting into the full swing of the holidays. They're
upon us.
They are
almost
upon us. It's all over. Holidays are over. How was
They're
your
done.
Christmas?
Yeah.
No, wait, no. This isn't that.
Not quite.
No, not quite. It feels like it though. I mean, you go to stores these days and it's like, wow, there's my Halloween stuff next to a tree. Interesting. I don't know why.
They skip over vast periods of our life.
For some reason, Thanksgiving is just completely forgotten.
That's right.
I mean, I know there's not a lot of...
It's a food holiday, though, so...
Yeah, that's true. I guess there's not a lot of decorations you put up.
Right.
But whether we like it or not...
You should give it a shot.